Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking through my thought process and explaining why I am making all of the decisions that I am making in a ranked game of the finals. Now, in this video, a lot of things are going to go wrong. There's going to be some poor plays, both from me and from my teammates. And sometimes the more educational videos are the ones where stuff goes wrong, and then you can kind of talk about why they went wrong and what you can do to avoid the things going wrong during the fight. So that's kind of going to be the focus of this video. It's going to be a pretty poor game where a lot of things just go wrong, and I'm going to be talking about how to not try and replicate those mistakes and how the fights should have been played, basically. So we spawn in, I've got a light on my team and I have a heavy on my team. I am playing medium with model 1887, and we're just going to Vault 2, which we have opened. My heavy gets beamed from someone else. I am just simply healing them. You're playing medium, you got the healing beam, heal your teammates. So I'm healing them, making sure he's full. I get glitched there, so I'm playing a little bit cautiously. I'm not 100% sure where the enemies are. I see them. My light kind of, went over there on his own, which maybe wasn't the best decision, but they end up doing pretty well. I think they've got pretty good aim. I get a couple of assists there, and then I just grab the vault, and I'm going to try and bring it to cashout B, because I see someone else is going to bring the first vault to cashout A, so we're going to try and go to the other one, right? I see my teammates getting shot a little bit here, and you don't really want to go back for them. I have a quick little look around while still trying to reload my shotgun. The reload on this thing is an absolute nightmare, so you really got to make sure you keep it fully reloaded. Two teams get wiped there, so I think my teammates must have wiped them, and then the wipe sound was late or something. But the teams get wiped anyway, and now we're going to be defending at this cash out, and I'm just going to skip ahead to when the people start coming, which is right about now. So I'm just looking at that window to look for people. Heavy starts getting shot at, and then he marks where the enemies are. I just heal them. Always good to heal your teammates, especially heavies, because they have a lot of health. So you can really just pump health into them with the healing beam, which is going to be very, very valuable. I get 2 picks there, and then I die, but a teammate gets the last one, and we just win the fight. So that was just a really, really quick fight. We're all together here. I think this is going to be one of the only examples in this game where we play very well. We just wipe the enemy team really, really quickly. The model 1887 is great if you can hit your shots with it, and I hit a couple of good shots there, and my teammates just help to finish the enemies off. I do die, but they get the last one, and then we win that fight. So there's really not a whole lot to be said there. We're all in the same cash out room. We're all defending the cash out very, very close to it, which is very, very good. And the enemies come, and we simply just eliminate them, and we wipe them very, very quickly. A lot of the time, fights will just go past very, very quickly, and then sometimes they're going to be a little bit longer. But that was an example of one that went super fast. I think there's going to be another team here now, though. I realize I'm out of position, and I'm like, okay, I need to get back into position, so I quickly run back inside this room. But I was way out of position there. I realized that, and then I ran back to my teammates. I defibrillate our light, and now I'm healing our heavy. Gonna try and heal my light when they're actually up as well. And now both my teammates are full health for a second. I see a light here. I'm able to get that pick. I get a shot off on someone else. Heavy's really, really low, so I'm just going to heal them. They're mesh shielding. They clearly want health, so I'm just healing them behind this wall. I'm going to heal my light a little bit as well. I see an orange jump down with them. I go back to my heavy. I try and get to some cover here, and I'm going to try and shotgun this person, which I am able to do. And then we wipe the enemy team. And also we got the cash out there because they were fighting us and they didn't focus on trying to steal it. So we won the fight. And we got the cash out. So this is the second fight that goes pretty well. I just hit a lot of my shots with the model 1887, and if you can do that, you 2-shot a medium and 3-shot a heavy. So it's super, super powerful if you can hit your shots. Again, the reload's a nightmare, but hey, there's no recoil pattern, so guess it's fair enough. So we just win that fight, and now we've opened this vault, and here's where things are gonna start to turn a little bit south at some point, I think. We've opened this vault, and we're gonna get a bunch of tunnel vision on this fight. I'm going to get a bunch of tunnel vision on this fight as well. I use a gas barrel there to try and get some damage done. I also try and get some damage with a shotgun from over here, which probably isn't a great decision, but hey, I used some frag grenades as well. Got our teammates down. I'm simply just going to res. You're the medium, you got the defibrillator, you gotta res, you gotta support your team. No point trying to carry on that 2v3, right? So heavy's up, trying to heal them back to full, and now they're completely back in the fight. It's a 3v3 again. And then I see 2 teams here. I think I see a purple and an orange there, or a salmon, I'm not too sure. But there are 2 teams here, and then it kind of kicks into me that we're not focusing on the objective here. This fight is completely pointless. Someone already has the other cash out in on the other side of the map. I really need to focus on getting this objective in now. So there was a good minute or 2 there where I was just fighting at that place for absolutely no reason. I should have just got the vault and put it into the cash out. And that was poor decision making for me. and I kind of got sucked into like helping my teammates and trying to keep them alive throughout that fight, even though it was like a 3v3v3, because I'm pretty sure there were 2 teams there. So that was just a poor decision for me. I should have put the cash out in straight away, and now we're quite far behind the other cash out, which isn't great. So here light is super far away. I tried marking the cash out and being like, huddle here. They didn't come, and now it's kind of up to me to go and try and pick them up. I defibrillate them, have a quick little look around, and then I just try and run. I'm gonna try and heal them, and hoping that they just come with me. I try and peek around this corner, but unfortunately that like links back to the area that enemies are shooting at me from. And I just die. So I res my light, and I'm hoping my light's gonna run away here and then maybe circle back and res me. They're still in this area. I don't know why they're still in this area, but they're still in this area, and then they die. So the light didn't group up with us at the cash out we were defending. They tried to go 1v3, and your actions have consequences in this game. I went to try and res them because I didn't really want them to coin. It's the first round. I don't really want my teammates to coin. So I tried to res them. I died. I got them up, but I died. And then the light just died again. And then now I've used a coin. I do a really, really, really bad, hasty zipline up here when we did not need to rush this fight. I should have joined back up with my heavy, and then we just get wiped again. So I waste a coin there, and also I made it very, very hard for our heavy to defend that cash out on his own. Like, yeah, I coined, but I wasn't with my heavy at all. So that was just a poor, like, very, very poor fight there for me. And it all started with me getting tunnel vision on that fight at the start and not putting the vault into the cash out. So once I put the vault into the cash out, light died because they went with the team. I went to res, I died, and then I coined and I did a very, very hasty zipline back up. What I should have done was not done such a hasty zipline, and I think instead of defibrillating my light where the enemies were, I should have picked up their totem and brought it away so they wouldn't hear it, and then I should have just res them like that so that they wouldn't hear the defibrillation and started looking for us and stuff. So here we're back at the cash out. I can't do anything here, so I'm just going to try and steal the cash out because who knows, you might get it, and I just die. But that's not the worst decision. Like, the next vault hasn't been opened yet. There's not going to be a whole lot else you can do here, so you might as well just try and do the cash out. Teammates are trying to fight there. Well, I guess they're just trying to survive, really. But, you know, if you've got a coordinated team in that situation, you want a heavy to throw down their dome shield, use their mesh shield, put down some barricades, you want the light to stun anyone that tries shooting at you, and you just want to go straight to the cash out. Even if there's a full team shooting at your mesh shield, you need to go straight to the cash out there and just try and steal it, which doesn't end up happening because I'm solo queuing and I'm not using a mic, so I've got no way of, you know, coordinating that complicated stuff with my teammates. So that just doesn't go very well, and I kind of try to get the cash out solo, and that just simply doesn't work. So here we open Vault 6, where I'm going to go to cash out A with my light, and a heavy has marked Vault 5. And at first, I'm like, no, can you please come to cash out A? But what they're doing is actually okay. They're going to put Vault 5 into, well, they're going to put the other vault into cash out B, and I'm going to put this one into the cash out closest to us. But if they put it in first, that's going to be good, because it's going to take some heat off of us, and then I'm going to put this into cash out A last second, so we only have to defend it for a minute. Because our heavy's going to put it in, like, now, and they're going to have to defend that one for a minute and 40 seconds. But I'm going to put this in very last seconds, so I only have to defend it for a minute. So I say thanks because they put it into the cash out, which is good. And now I'm going to wait here with this vault for 30 seconds. So the heavy dies here. They got the cash out in, and then they die. So that's like a worthy sacrifice. And what they need to do is they need to coin and then spawn back with us. But I don't think that's what's going to happen for some bizarre reason. They need to come back here, and they need to help us defend this cash out. Oh, maybe that is what's going to happen, actually. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm going to put this in like 5 seconds, and then I guess we'll see together what happens, because I actually don't remember. So I'm going to put it in, and now we only have to defend it for 1 minute, which shouldn't be that difficult. We basically just have to not get wiped. And even if we do, then maybe they're not going to have time to get it if they, you know, miss the opportunity. So our heavy respawns, and they do come back in this room. I think it's in the next match that they go away, actually. So, are we going to get countered here? Actually, that's a good question. I think we are in a second. Maybe not. I'm going to skip ahead to when the people come. I mean, people start coming here now, but there's really not a whole lot of things they can do. They've only got 8 seconds left in the match. It takes 6 seconds to steal the cash out, meaning at this point we're completely safe, and I'm just throwing frag grenades because why not? But we're going to qualify here. Going to qualify in first place, actually, and we're going to go on to the second round. So it is round 2, and we're going to Vault 2, which was closer, right? And there's going to be an enemy team down here. I'm going to break that window. I'm going to take a couple of shots at them. They are low. I think they're going to find a goo barrel and throw it at us. I see our light is low, so I'm going to try and heal them. Always good to keep your teammates healthy and alive. Heavy is going to dome shield. I'm just going to keep everyone healthy. And yes, when you're healing, you're kind of sacrificing a little bit of damage when you could be shooting. But I'm very okay with that playing as a medium. I like to play my medium supportive. Obviously, you can go more in the offensive, but it's just how I like to play as a medium. I very much like just healing my teammates and making sure they're full. And I think it's very, very valuable to do, especially when you've got a heavy. So there's just a little scuffle here. I try throwing some frag grenades behind the enemy's goo. I was going to res my teammate there. I was going to try and throw the goo in front of their totem and then res them, or like grab their totem and bring it somewhere else and then res them. But then there was a pyro barrel, meaning if I threw the goo, it would just get destroyed, and then I'd probably be caught in a bad position. So I just run away. I'm like thinking hopefully the other team just gets the vault and starts bringing the vault into the cash out, which is what they should be doing. And I'm probably going to try and res my teammate. But I'm doing it slowly so that orange kind of forgets about me and just gets the vault and puts it into the cash out. That's what I want them to do, because I don't want a repeat of the last match where like one cash out was slightly ahead of the other one, but that's exactly what's going to happen here because orange still haven't focused on putting the vault into the cash out. So the other cash out is in first here, and I mark it because I genuinely want to go to this because it's going to be the one that's been put in first, and vault 2 is going to be significantly further behind it, meaning it's going to like put us at a disadvantage if we go for that one. So I don't know why I go inside that room. I shouldn't have. I'm going to heal my light, and I'm just going to kind of probably I'm going to heal my heavy as well. But I'm going to want to go to the other cash out here. I'm not going to want to stay here. Like, this is a completely 100% mega pointless fight. Absolutely no point in this fight. If we win, we get a maximum of 600 cash if we wipe the entire enemy team. If we lose 30% of our cash, which, like, isn't enough to worry about. So, like, it's just a completely pointless fight. I end up dying there because I kind of want to get wiped here in this situation, because then at least we're going to go to the right cash out. Light is going to try and bring my totem somewhere to res. I think someone saw them go past the vent, and now they're going to get wiped out by a heavy. But that's good. That's like very, very, very good. It's a good thing that we got wiped there, because if we won that fight, it would be very, very hard for me to get my teammates to put the vault into the cash out and then go back to cash out B. That's just not going to happen. But here, I just mark cash out B, and now my teammates are probably going to be like, okay, let's go to cash out B because vault 2 still hasn't been put in yet. So, a little bit annoying there. Like, yes, it's a little bit not so intuitive to go to cash out B when you're directly next to one of the vaults, but it's by far the better decision. And now we're going to go back to cash out B because it's the better decision. Like, there's no point going to a cash out that's only just been put in, right? We're going to go back to cash out B. We're not going to have a lot of time, and I don't know what's going to happen. So that's the situation. Is our heavy with us here? The light's here. Yeah, the heavy is here as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and go down. I see some mines, and with my light a little bit, there's a heavy through the barricade, so I'm gonna try and chuck some frag grenades. I missed the first one, then I try and dodge my own frag grenade, and I try and throw a second one. And at this point, we just don't have enough time on the cash out. So, if he went to this cash out before, when I originally wanted to, we might have had a chance of getting it. But now, like, we have to fight the whole enemy team and also try and get the cash out, and that's just not going to happen. The enemies had a nice position, they had barricades up and stuff like that, so we just didn't really have a chance there. And now, we're in a poor situation because it's the same thing again. There's a cash out that's already in, already started, and we can go to that and risk it being like a 3v3v3v3, or we can go open Vault 3 and be like mega far behind the other cash out, which probably also isn't beneficial. So, the reason you always want to try and put the first vault in as quickly as possible is so that this doesn't happen. Because if one cash out is quite far behind the other cash out, that's probably going to continue for the rest of the game. And that's just going to be really not great for anyone. Because it's going to decrease everyone's chances of getting a cash out. Because instead of it being a 50% chance whether or not you get it, because of like it being a 3v3, it's going to be a 25% chance because it's a 3v3v3v3. And that's just not going to be beneficial for everyone because it lessens everyone's chances. So we do end up going to this cash out. There's just a whole lot of people here. I end up getting a couple of kills. I get that heavy real low. Light's going to finish them off. I defibrillate my teammate that died before. I see an orange up there. I try getting some shots off. Again, teammate finishes them off. Model 1887 does burst damage, so having something that does a bit of chip damage is going to be quite good. Light starts stealing it here, then they kind of see orange, they get out of the way of orange, and they start stealing the cash out. and then we just get blown up by some frag grenades. I was trying to heal them and like stay around them so that they could maybe get it, and then we just get wiped. And now orange is going to get that cash out. So because we didn't put Vault 3 in, which is actually a good thing, now we're probably going to be able to open Vault 4, and maybe Vault 3 and Vault 4 are going to go into the cash outs at similar times. So because we put the first one in late, or rather because we didn't go to cash out B straight away and we kind of stayed around fighting orange at the start of the match, that kind of created a ripple effect where the first cash out was late, then the second cash out was also late, but now we've kind of got a chance to reset things and put things back to normal by putting Vault 4 into cash out C, and we're going to hope someone puts the other Vault into cash out D, and they're going to probably be in at a similar time. I have absolutely no idea where my heavy goes here, but they go, oh no, where my light goes here, rather. Light goes to the other side of the map and marks the other cash out. I've got absolutely no idea why. I think it's because the other cash out was put in first, but here there's not going to be so much of a time difference. It's probably going to be like a 20-second difference or something, and that's not going to be so much because there's not going to be enough time for other people to finish that cash out and then also third party at this one. It's literally going to be like 15-20 second difference, which is really not so much. So it's like very, very okay to defend this cash out. Heavy comes back, and I mark this cash out, and our light just isn't here. So this is a situation where our light is very, very good. They've got like very, very good aim. I think they're going to have like a lot of kills at the end of this match. But here, they just decide to like go 3v3 someone at the other cash out instead of staying here. And that's just a poor decision. Like if you're a good player, if you've got like insane aim, you still can't 3v3. This isn't, I mean 1v3. This isn't a game where you can solo carry on your own. It's not Valorant or CSGO. It's not a game where you can wipe the entire enemy team and still win. Even if you're using, like, aimbot. Like, you only have so much health. If you get RPG'd three times, you're still gonna die, right? So, our light being on the other side of the map here isn't so good. They do die. I'm going to be getting revived by my heavy here, and I'm hoping the light's gonna coin, and then come back to cash out C, which is where we both are. But I think we're actually not going to make it that far. I'm going to get wiped here. Someone was shooting at me from on top of that banister, which I didn't realize, and we get wiped. So there's 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this match. I couldn't really do a whole lot there. I was trying to like heal my heavy, then I had to take cover from someone, and I just didn't see the other person. And like there's really not a whole lot you can do. Like when one teammate's far away, and it's like a 2v3, and I think there it's even like a 2v3v3, there's not a whole lot you could do. What I maybe should have done is like tried to stay away from the fight, but that's easier said than done sometimes. Like sometimes you see the enemies and you just get a strong urge to shoot them, right? So there's 1 minute left, and we're going to this cash out because there's not enough time to go to the other one, and we really just have to try and get this, but it's probably not going to go so great. I'm going to try and make a zip line up there. I still don't know if we can get there in time. There's really not a whole lot of time left. I'm trying to get over here. I fall down, and now I'm just not going to have enough time to get the cash out. Because I fell down there, I'm not going to be able to get back up in time to try and steal it. So if I hadn't fallen down, I could have tried going for a steal. It's very hectic in here. I don't know if I would have got it, but I just messed up my jump, and now this cash out goes away. And I know that it takes 20 seconds to open a vault, so there's no chance of one of these opening and one of these going into a cash out. Unless someone has a gateway, like this would be an ideal situation to have a gateway. You could make a gateway from the purple cash out there to this cash out, and maybe you'd be able to get it in. If that's like less than 70 meters, you definitely might be able to get that in. But I'm medium. Zipline isn't going to do a whole lot in this situation, and we just get knocked out. So the point of this video is to kind of show that your actions have consequences. I played a little bit poorly in the first round there. I did like a weird thing with a vault in the first round, and I did a weird thing with a vault in the second round as well. I think I got a little bit of tunnel vision, and also a teammate in that last fight there was really far away from the objective. And also this, by the way, this rank system doesn't make any sense. We went out in round 2, but I still went up 2 arrows, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.